Martin Gore, you're one of the most well-respected songwriters on the planet. There's such a massive amount of people where your music means so much to them. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, it still really amazes me. We're just out on this tour now, and we had a small hiccup, but we've now started again, and we've been going for about 3 weeks. And you just, sometimes when you've been away for a long time, you forget, just the adoration that's there, and the how it's not just it doesn't seem to be just about the music. It seems to be a lifestyle for a lot of these people.
Yeah, and there's fans sitting outside now, and they are all. Some of them look like you, some of them look like Andy, and some of them look like Dave. Which ones are the coolest?
Well, being diplomatic, I would say that nobody who tries to look like us is very cool.
I think that it's always so amazing that you dress up on stage, and with the makeup and all the gear and everything. Why do you do that?
I grew up, during the glam era. That was my, sort of the years when I was at my most impressionable. So, for me, it's much more interesting to go on stage in some kind of outfit than to go on stage in a pair of jeans and a T-shirt. And
yeah.
Someone pointed out to me once there is a region in between, but I don't like that region either. I like quite flamboyant outfits.
You go all in.
Yes.
You said yourself before the hiccup with Dave's medical condition. What thoughts did that bring to you when that happened? What did you do with yourself for those weeks and days?
Well, obviously we were very concerned about Dave, but there was just so much uncertainty. When we first found out that he had this shadow on his bladder, we still didn't think that it was likely to be a malignant tumour.
No.
It could have been anything.
Yeah.
There are lots of other things that it could have been. So yeah, it was just like it was the not knowing, really. I mean, obviously we were very concerned about him, especially when we found out that it was a malignant tumour. And then I'm really surprised that Dave has actually managed to start up again as soon as he did. The doctor gave him the go-ahead to start 3 weeks after the operation to remove it.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Did it make you think about your own health or your own lifestyle?
I gave up drinking about over 3 years ago now. It's quite a bit over 3 years ago, and I eat really healthily. I've been a vegetarian. Well, actually, I eat fish, but apart from fish, I've been a vegetarian since 1983. That's quite a long time, and I do exercise pretty much every day. On tour so far, I've been doing about 6 days a week, which is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. But they say that some of the best songs are written in days of alcohol and drugs. Were you scared to write songs sober?
I did believe the myth that it was really hard to write if you were not on drugs or drinking, but after I stopped, I found it a lot easier.
Yeah.
I wrote a lot more songs just because I had more time and energy to actually do it. So before we actually started the recording of Sounds of the Universe, I had something like 22 songs written, and that's unheard of. Usually I have 6 songs written, and then we start, and then I take little breaks and keep adding to that 6.
Oh, that's amazing. So it was easier for you to tap into the emotions?
I think it was a lot easier, yes.
About talking about the new album, I know you've talked about this before, the vintage equipment that you've used for the sounds of the new album. What about other gadgets? Are you into newer gadgets? Like, have you listed up for the new iPhone?
This is an exclusive. Look at my phone.
Oh yes,
because I live in America. This is an English phone that I've had for about like 10 years or something.
That is the proof for the viewers. Thank you so much for that exclusive.